Good morning, friends. Welcome back. Okay, so probably this is the last demo session for us, and tomorrow and after tomorrow, I'll take some extra classes, or I'll just take a regular class, and so that you can come in 9 a.m. session from next Monday. Okay, so today we will see some very important, details of cloud computing, like AWS global infrastructure. We'll try to understand, and then we'll try to understand the cloud computing service models and deployment models. These are the three things we'll try to understand today. Okay. And like I said, you tomorrow and after tomorrow, I'll take classes and I'll make sure that you people are ready to come in 9 a.m. from Monday. And next week, Thursday, that is 21st of November, morning 7 a.m., I'll be starting the Linux administration also. Okay, so people who will be coming in 9 a.m. class, so they have good opportunity now to come in the Linux administration class at 7 a.m. So within next 45, 50 days, probably, you'll be done with your AWS as well as with your Red Hat Linux server administration. Both the things will be done for you. Okay, so January 2025, like I said, you friends, January 2025, you will be more than ready to face interviews in any company on cloud computing or server administration for sure. That should be the target. Okay. For that, you should come parallelly. You should come in Linux administration parallelly. So if you want to plan, if you're planning for Linux administration after AWS, then probably you'll be finishing everything in February 2025. So maybe in March, you'll be applying for jobs in cloud as well as Linux administration. With only AWS, it's not so easy to get an interview call. And with only Linux administration, it's not so easy to get the interview call. So if you have both the things added in the resume, then only things will be much more easier for companies to filter you and hopefully call you for interviews and all the other things. Okay. Now let us go and see some basic definition of AWS again before we see the global infrastructure. So what Amazon says here, Amazon says AWS is or cloud computing is actually on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing, right? It says instead of buying, owning, and maintaining physical data centers and servers, you can access technologies such as computing power, storage, and database on as needed basis from a cloud provider like AWS. Okay, you can take the IT resources from them. So we know this very well, right? They have huge data centers. The size of the data center is something like, maybe bigger than 10 football grounds or 10 cricket grounds, actually. That will be the size of the data center. Huge data center, which can be spread in 40, 50 acres of land. Thousands and thousands servers will be there. You know, thousands and thousands TB of storage will be available. So we can take all the resources from them. But the big question here is, where are those resources? Where exactly the resources are located physically? If you know the location of those, IT resources or the data centers, it will be easy for you to connect to them and it will be easy for you to run your application or store your data there. So we have to know where exactly the data centers are located. So how we can know all these things? Just go to Google and say AWS Global Infrastructure. See, once you say AWS Global Infrastructure, it will take you to the first link here, Global Infrastructure. Here, AWS will show you all the details actually, like how many data centers they have, in which city or country they have the data centers, how long they are operating that particular data center in that particular city or a country. Okay. So here, technically, we call the we call it as regions and we call it as availability zone. These are the two terminologies we need to understand carefully, region and availability zone. So what is a region and what is the availability zone? See, as of now, you can see clearly this is your complete globe. You can see all the countries and continents there. You can easily identify our country, India here. See, if I keep the cursor here, you can see Hyderabad and you can see Mumbai. It is showing you two cities there, Hyderabad city and the Mumbai city. It is highlighting two cities. If you go to Africa, there is Cape Town. If you go to Australia, there is Sydney. Somewhere here, Tokyo. Somewhere here, let's say Ohio. Somewhere in the Europe, Milan, Ireland. Somewhere in Europe, somewhere in Spain. Okay. somewhere in UAE, somewhere in China. You can see all these locations here. Now, the question here is why these locations are highlighted. First of all, whatever green color dots you see here, for example, if I go to Hyderabad or Mumbai, these are actually known as region. So AWS call it as region. What is a region? Region is a geographical location. It can be a city or a country name. It is a geographical location where AWS people have their data centers located, physical data centers located. Remember how big are AWS data centers? Just go to Google again and say AWS data center. Just go to images and try to see the images. These are your AWS data centers, my friend. Internally, what you see, it will be something like this. Okay. Huge data centers with, too big capacity even to imagine actually. Thousands and thousands of servers means too big a network, my friend. Let me just go through this. See, there are some people like you and me, some network administrators, some server administrators, they are working on these data centers actually. And these people are providing all the services to us. Because of these people, the Amazon data center or any company data center is up 24/7. Can I open this image at least? Yeah, fine. See here. She is working there probably as a network administrator or server, whatever is her responsibility there. And what she can see there, those are your racks. And in these racks, all the servers and routers and firewalls and switches and storage devices are there. So we are connecting to this particular data center. But what we need to know, where the data centers are available. So what AWS says here, they have divided their infrastructure into region and availability zone. So what is a region here? Region is again a geographical place. It can be a city or a country where they say this is the place from where we are offering our services. These are the places where we have kept our data centers. And you know the cost of one data center? Like for example, if you go with this Hyderabad region, see in the year 2022, only 2 years before, AWS people started providing services from Hyderabad region. Hyderabad is considered as a IT hub in India, right? After Bangalore, Hyderabad is the second biggest IT hub. Literally, you will see every company in Hyderabad city, every big MNC. hmm? Most of the big MNCs you can see clearly in Hyderabad city. But AWS people started providing services only in 2022. So before 2022, from a country like India, which is again considered as an IT hub across the globe for last 20, 30 years, right? They have only Mumbai region, which was launched in 2016. So when you see the cloud computing journey, actually, cloud computing started in the year 2005, 2006. If you go with AWS, they started providing cloud computing from 5 to 6. But actually in 2016, 17 only, the cloud computing has gathered more momentum. The cloud computing become more famous and more popular. See, for any technology to become famous, it will take some time, right? See, nowadays you hear artificial intelligence everywhere. But is it like that came only in 2024, artificial intelligence? No, it is there for last many years. But it will take time for any technology to evolve. So although the concept of cloud computing is there from 2005, 6, but in a country like India, Amazon people, they started providing cloud computing from 2016. And in India, a city like Hyderabad, they started providing cloud services from 2022, only 2 years before. But friends, how much they have spent money here on what you say, the total infrastructure cost in Hyderabad city, they have spent 20,000 crore rupees. Wow. This is some money, right? How much? 20,000 crore rupees on the infrastructure in Hyderabad itself. And by the year we enter in 2030, the total cost of this Hyderabad data center can go up to 36,000 crore. 20,000 crore up to 36,000 crore. That is too big investment, right? For any company. And this is only in one location. That is your Hyderabad location. Now just imagine the other locations, the other regions. As of now, you know how many regions are available? As of now, there are totally 34 regions available across the globe. So if you just say like 25,000 crore for each region, just do the calculation, my friend. How much money a company like Amazon is spending to provide cloud computing services? Now just think, just take a second and think. If a company is spending this much money, they know one thing for sure, right? This business is super successful. They will get returns for sure. This is a business for them, right? They will get profit, they will get returns. Now just think in different way. We are cloud administrators. What about our jobs? If a company like Amazon is spending 36,000 crore rupees in one place like Hyderabad to provide services, just imagine how many companies will be connected to those data centers and how many jobs will be generated on cloud computing. Done. This is one way of understanding, like, how big or how important is cloud computing for the IT industry. Got it? So this is your region. So how many regions are there as of now? There are totally 34 regions. In the year 2006, there was only one region. It was in USA. There is a place called Northern Virginia. This one. Northern Virginia, 2006, there was only one region. But 2024, how many are there? 34 regions. So it's a big, improvement there, right? Now, you can see certain dots here which are in red color. If I go here, let's say Thailand, what it says, coming soon. If I come here, Taiwan, coming soon. This is, I think, New Zealand, yeah, coming soon. Where is this? There is one more here. Germany, coming soon. Means, hopefully by the end of 2025, all these next 5 regions will be ready to provide services to the companies and to the customers. So as of today, there are totally 34 regions, but most probably by next year, it will be how much? It will be 34 plus 5. It will be 39 regions available from AWS. See, these are the regions only of Amazon Web Services. These are not about Microsoft or Google or some other company. Microsoft people have their own regions, Google have their own regions, okay? And so and the other companies will have their own regions. If I just do small calculation here, actually, calculations in Hyderabad city itself, and if I calculate Hyderabad, sorry, Microsoft, Amazon, and Google data centers total cost, you know how much it will be? It will be approximately 50,000 crore rupees. 3 companies, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google, they have spent approximately 50,000 crore rupees just to provide cloud services within Hyderabad city or from Hyderabad city. It's a too big number, my friend, right? Too big number to even imagine for any normal person or any company. But still, they know it's a, business that can give profits maybe like 10 times more or 20 times more or 50 times more. So there is no harm in spending that much money. Okay, so by the end of 2025 there can be 34 regions, but once they reach 34 number there, 34 regions, will they stop? Of course no. So don't be surprised actually next year if you see one more region launched in the India region, one more region within India. Let's say somewhere in Bangalore or somewhere in Pune or somewhere in Delhi or Kolkata. It's not a big surprise if you see one more region coming from Amazon people within India. Because again, India is an IT hub, right? Literally every business is running from here. So if there are 3 regions managed by AWS people in India, still they will get a lot of profit there. Okay, so after 39, means the next 5 regions are completed, they will again launch new regions. According to the demand, they will launch the regions. So if you see the Africa continent, although there are 55, 57 countries here, but how many regions are there? Only one region is here. The reason here is, first of all, the demand is not that much. If you go to some African countries, till today the internet is not so good. Forget about the IT sector and all those things. Till today, the internet is not available or electricity is not available. So there are certain places like this. Okay. But there are many more countries in Africa continent which are very advanced. So in case if there is a country like, let's say, Egypt here, somewhere here, which is a bit advanced country in Africa, right? So what these people can do? Do they need to connect to the South Africa region that is in Cape Town? No. See, nearby they have some other regions there. In UAE or in Gulf area, they have some more regions. So these companies can connect to any one of the region and they can launch their applications and they can store the data there. Job done. Okay. So they just need to connect to the nearby region there. So the first thing we do as a cloud administrator when we access our AWS account is we select our region. Now the big question here is on what basis we need to select the region. So let us try to understand this question here. On what basis we can connect to this particular region. Okay, I have a friend here, Ashish Kumar. Ashish, is it your first session or are you coming from day one? This
Yeah,
is
today is my first day.
today is your first day, right? Actually,
Yes.
Ashish, I have completed two sessions before, Monday and
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday.
Okay.
So those were again the demo sessions. We have seen some very basic things about cloud computing, and this is our third demo session.
Okay.
Okay. And one more thing, the timing for this week is at 10 a.m. only for
Mm-hmm.
this week till Saturday. But from Monday, the timings will be at 9 a.m.
Okay,
Okay.
that would be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because 9 a.m. we already have a batch. We already have some people there. So I'm most probably taking some more people from this 10 a.m. batch and I'm clubbing
Mm-hmm.
everyone here at 9 a.m. Okay, that is the one thing.
Okay.
And one more thing is this is a package, Ashish. Like, in this package, we have AWS plus Linux. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And morning 7 a.m. next week, I'll be starting Linux administration as well. Thursday, coming Thursday. Okay.
So this
So,
week itself.
sorry.
You mean to say this week, upcoming Thursday, right?
Upcoming
Today is
Thursday.
already.
Today's
Yeah, yeah,
today,
fine.
yeah. So upcoming Thursday, I'll be starting Linux so that parallel you can come for both the courses, and within next 45 to 50 days, you can complete Linux administration as well as AWS.
Sure.
Okay, fine. So just go through the package once. It is a Diwali offer. So just go through the package. You will get all the details. In case if you still more assistance, then you can simply call on the management numbers. They will guide you in every way possible. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, let us move and let us see the global infrastructure in more details. So what was the question here? How we can select the global infrastructure? To select the global infrastructure, we need to consider certain points there actually. Let me just say, this is your AWS global infrastructure. Hmm? And in this AWS global infrastructure, the first thing we have to select here is we have to select our region. So let us say this red color boxes are regions here. Like, there are totally 34 regions, but I have just selected 3 regions there. So let's say this is your Mumbai region, which is in India. And let's say this is your Ohio region, which is in USA. And let me go with mm, Tokyo regions. We just see the distance here, Mumbai, Tokyo, and Ohio. Obviously, some thousands and thousands of kilometers apart, right? Thousands and thousands kilometers away from each other. Now, first of all, let me just make one thing very clear here. Each and every region is connected with each other, and they are obviously connected by a physical cable. There is something called fiber optic cable, my friend. So these physical cables are used to make connection between these regions. And in most of the cases, these physical cables are laid down by Amazon people itself. They can use internet cables also, but here in this case, most of the cables belongs to Amazon people only. So just imagine Mumbai to Tokyo, let us say 6,000 kilometers. Mumbai to Ohio, let us say 14 or 13,000 kilometers. And how they are connected with each other? 13, 12, 15, 10, 7, 8,000 kilometers. This is the total distance between regions, right? It can be more. So all these regions are connected by physical cables. And what are those cables known as? Fiber optic cables. Okay. Now, let us see how to select our region. Now, for example, imagine, friends, you are working in a company and let's say your company is SBI, State Bank of India. So when I say State Bank of India, literally in India, every house has at least one account maybe in State Bank of India. This is one of the most famous bank we have, right? Now tell me, State Bank of India, they have some applications, they have the servers, they have the data and everything, right? Now the question here is, where are their customers located? Where are their clients located? Are they located in Tokyo, Ohio, Dubai, or within India? So 90 to 95% clients of SBA are located within India, right? That's the open fact, right? So they are located within India. So if you're the administrator, if you're the cloud administrator of SBI, you know what you should do? You should select Mumbai as your region to launch your application or run your application and store your data. Because if the data is near to the customers, close to the customers, means the latency will be very less. Now, one of the most important thing that we need to consider before we select our region is latency. What is latency? Latency is the time taken by your application to respond. So if you're keeping SBA application somewhere in, let us say, Australia, which is around 15,000 kilometers away from India. So if you keep your server in Australia, and if I'm sitting somewhere in India, let us say in a remote place like a mandal or a district or a town or a village, and suppose from there I'm connecting to the application, SBA application, where I'll be connected? I'll be connected to Australia, my friend. So obviously it will take more latency, right? It will take more time. So if your application is taking more time to respond, you know what customer will do? Once or twice or thrice, they will try to access your application again. But every time if the application is taking more time, then simply they will go with some other application, right? For example, if I go with, let's say, there are two major apps we use to book our cab, Ola and Uber, right? I'll just talk about my personal experience. If I feel Ola is not responding properly, I'll just close this application, I'll go to Uber. I think you do the same thing. If Swiggy people are not able to deliver things properly, what you'll do, you'll go with Zomato. That means Swiggy is losing a customer there. Ola is losing a customer there. So the application is working perfectly, my friend, means the business is working perfectly. Just give me a second, please. Just a second. Okay, fine. So if the application is running, if the application is responding properly, the business can grow actually, right? So you should decide your application should be implemented in which region. So in SBI case, what we have decided to go with our Mumbai region, or maybe we can go with our Hyderabad region. Great, understood. That is your latency. So this is one thing that we need to decide. Okay, latency must be as less as possible. Got it? Now, once you select the Mumbai region, where exactly the application is running within Mumbai, you know, the second most important thing we need to understand about this global infrastructure is the availability zones. Technically, we call it as availability zone, or let us say shortcut as AZ. Now, what is this availability zone? Listen, my friend, every region has minimum 3 availability zone. If I say data center, it will be very easy for you to understand, right? What is data center? See, this is your data center, right? Now, okay, so now the same data center is actually technically known as availability zone. If you say data center, it's not a incorrect terminology, but according to the AWS documents, data center is known as availability zone. So there is a rule that AWS people follow. And what is that rule? In every region, there are minimum 3 availability zones. Let's say this is AC1, availability zone 1. This is AC2. And let's say this is AC3, availability zone 3. And how they are connected? See, if Mumbai and Tokyo can be connected by cable, then it's not a big deal for us to connect 3 availability zones within Mumbai region, right? Through a cable. Not at all a big deal. And by the way, you know, each availability zone can be 10 kilometers away from each other, or it can be up to like 100 kilometers. Let's say availability zone 1 and 2 is around 70 kilometers away from each other. 2 and 3, let's say 35 kilometers. 3 and 4, let us say 90 kilometers. 3 and 1, 90 kilometers. So what is the reason within Mumbai why they are keeping 3 data centers, and why they are keeping 3 data centers in such a big distance? The reason is Natural calamities, earthquake, tsunamis, huh? Floods, typhoon, like anything can come at any time, right? There is no guarantee that only in this particular location earthquake can come. Okay, there are selected regions or there are selected locations where natural calamities are more common, but it can come at any place. So in case, let's say for some reason there is heavy rain in Mumbai, there is a lot of flooding. So if flooding is happening in availability zone 1, see, availability zone 2 is 70 kilometers away, availability zone 3 is 90 kilometers away. There is a heavy chance that the flooding will not affect your remaining 2 data centers, right? So what these Amazon people have done, they have came with a brilliant idea. They said, okay, Mumbai is our region, great, but within Mumbai, we will keep 3 data centers at different locations. Each data center size can be like, 30 acres or 40 acres or 50 acres of land. That is the size of the data center, too big. But how many data centers in total? 3 data centers in total, my friend. Minimum 3. So Mumbai have 3 data centers, Tokyo have 3 data centers, Ohio also have 3 data centers. Okay, every region has 3 data centers. So whenever you're launching your resources, you have to select your region. You have selected Mumbai region. Now within Mumbai region, you have to select your availability zone. So in case if there are 100 servers in your company, if I say like this, let us say 33 servers in availability zones, availability zone 1, 30 server in availability zone 2, and let us say 37 servers in availability zone 2. 1, 33 servers, availability zone 3, 30 servers, availability zone 2, 37 servers. So what I did here, I have just distributed the servers in different availability zones. Now like this, you will have load balancing option here, as well as you have more tolerance. You have better fault tolerance actually. Means for some reason, if the availability zone 1 is down, you still have availability zone 3 and availability zone 2 which are working and your applications are still on. Got it? So for this reason, whenever we launch any application, the application will be launched in different availability zones within a region. Okay. And if you want to launch the same application in, if you want to launch the same application in different regions, that is also possible. Let us say one in Mumbai, one in Tokyo, one in Ohio. That is also possible. So this is your global infrastructure, my friend, where we have regions and within regions where we have different availability zone. And this is only about our AWS global infrastructure. We are not discussing anything about Microsoft global infrastructure or Google global infrastructure. Overall, they will be same, but our course is AWS, so we have to go with only the Amazon Web Service global infrastructure. Okay, well, just give me 30 seconds. I have one more joining here. Aruna is the name. Aruna, can you hear me? I think this is the first class for you. But Aruna, this is not the first class in this particular course. This is the third demo session. We have not yet started any major classes. The major classes will start from tomorrow. But this is the first demo session. This is the third demo session. And we have completed couple of demo sessions on Monday and Tuesday. So you can do one thing here, my friend. You can simply go through the recorded sessions that are available on YouTube. Once I finish my demo session here, management will share all the details with you. So you can just go through the demo sessions, first and second, and then you will be in a better position to understand like what we are going to learn here. Okay, where we are moving in our career, what technologies we are going to learn in this particular package. You will get the complete idea once you go with all the demo sessions. Okay, so just try to continue with this session as of today. I'm not sure how much you can understand. If you have no idea, I'm sure you cannot understand many things, frankly speaking. But if you have idea like some basics of cloud, or let's say you have some other server administration course, you have already done these things, then it will be easy for you. But as a fresher, you know, better go with demo 1 and demo 2. Then only you'll be in a better position to understand your cloud computing career. Okay. Anyhow, if you have any more doubts, you can simply ping me in the chat box. I'll be available for you at any time. Done? Now, latency is done. Hopefully, you understood the concept of latency here. Now, the second thing that we need to consider before we select our region is services. You know what is the meaning of service? Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll just take you through my AWS account first. Practically, if I show you, things will look more easier, right? Just a second. So I'm accessing my account here. And here I need to go with some MFA code, some authentication. We'll see all these things practically in coming sessions. As of now, let me just try to access my account here. See, this is your actual AWS account. So to do practicals without AWS account, you cannot do practicals actually. Okay, so you have to create a AWS account. How to create a AWS account, I'll explain in coming classes. So this is the account you have or you should have. When you go to company, you will be working exactly in this particular console. See here, as of now, can you see Singapore is selected here? Can I select Mumbai? I have clicked on Mumbai. Within a second, I have changed my location from Singapore to Mumbai. Done. This is my Mumbai. So if I launch a server here or if I upload some data, where is my data uploaded now? In the Mumbai region. Okay, if I change from Mumbai to, let us say, London. See, it's so simple, right? So easy to move from one location to another location. Okay, one more very simple example. There is a service called EC2. What I'll do now is I will simply show you how to launch a server. I'm not explaining anything. I just want to show you one basic thing there. Like if I say launch instance here, I need to enter some name. Let us say Linux web server something. If I come down here, my friend, if I go to the network settings, can you see here subnet here? And if I come here, can you see it is showing subnet 1, subnet 2, subnet 3? These are actually your 3 availability zones. Can you see the name here? Availability zone 2A, 2C, and 2B. So like this, we have to select our availability zone and then we have to run our application. So without selecting the region and without selecting the availability zone, we simply cannot we simply cannot launch our application. We simply cannot upload our data. We simply cannot run any server there. Got it? I hope it is more clear now. Okay. Now, what is the second thing we need to see before we select a region? One thing we know very well, right? Latency. But the second thing here is services. Now, what you mean by services actually? I'll give a very general example. You know, when you go to hospitals, there is something called CT scan and there is something called MRI scan, right? Let's say, for example, in a city like Hyderabad, let's say there is a hospital with the name ABC, some hospital. Or let's say, let me just take a name, Yashoda Hospital. You know, this Yashoda Hospital people, they have multiple branches. Within Hyderabad city, they have multiple branches. But this branch, every branch is not having the MRI scan option there. I hope you're able to understand what I'm saying here. Every branch MRI scan option will not be there. So if you go to a branch, let us say branch A, and if the MRI scan option is not there, you know what the doctor will do? They will say, okay, go to that particular Yashoda branch and do the MRI scanning. Means a service like MRI scan is available in few branches. A service like CT scan is available everywhere, but MRI scan is not available everywhere, my friend. It is available only in selected services. It is available in only selected branches. So in our AWS also, we call it as services. So there are certain services which are available in every region, Mumbai, Tokyo, Ohio, Hyderabad, every region. But you know, there are certain services which are not available in every region. They are available only in few regions. Okay. Now there is a question here. What is a subnet? Oh, that's a very big question, my friend. Let me just go to the package once and show you there. Can you see subnet is written here? Can you see subnets are written here? So probably after like 1 week or so, we will come to the subnet there, my friend. As of now, if I say anything about subnet, I don't think anything can be understood here by anyone. So what is subnet? We'll come to in great details in coming classes. Okay. So let me just skip that question as of now. Okay. We'll come to it later. Now, coming back to the services. See, these are the services here. See, there are certain services related to blockchain technology, certain services related to database, certain services related to machine learning, certain services related to Internet of Things. If you go to this blockchain technology, I'll click here, I'll click here. Now see, we can see something about blockchain here. Okay, let me just change the region. Can you see here? How many regions it is showing now? Northern Virginia, Seoul, Singapore, Tokyo, and Ireland, and London. These are the only regions it is showing here. Means this particular blockchain service is available only in these regions. Okay, let me just come in a better way. I'll change my region to, let's say, Hyderabad. This is your Hyderabad region. Now, I will go to services. I'm in Hyderabad. See, this is Hyderabad. I'll go to services. I'll go to blockchain. I'll select this service. So once I select this service here, you know what it says? Region unsupported. It says Amazon managed blockchain is not available in Asia Pacific, Hyderabad. Please select another region. What are the regions? These are the only regions we have, my friend. These are the only regions that are available for this blockchain technology. So if you are using a technology and a latest technology, we need to identify whether the technology is available in that region or not. Got it? Whether the service is available in that region or not. Done? Now, the third one that we need to see before we select a region actually is, see, blindly we are not selecting Mumbai region or Hyderabad region or Tokyo region or any other region, right? These are the things we need to consider. So what is the third thing here? The third thing here is actually cost. For example, if you take 300 servers in Mumbai, and let's say same 300 servers in Ohio, you know what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is taking the IT resources and pay as you use. How much we use, that much we have to pay. So in Mumbai region, how much we are using? 300 servers. In Ohio region, how many servers we are using? 300 servers. Now the question here is, charges will be same? No. Let us say, just for example, I am saying, let us say for Mumbai, let us say they are charging 20,000 rupees for 300 servers. Obviously, it will be more for 300 servers. Just for example, 20,000 rupees. But in Ohio, you know how much they will charge? They may charge, let us say, 16,000 rupees. Same servers, same configuration, same Amazon data center, but a different location. So in Mumbai, they are charging 20,000. In Ohio, they are charging 16,000. So what should be done now? You are saving some money in Ohio, right? But the question here is why the charges are different? See, charges are different because of the local government's tax policies and all those things. Like, normally what happens if someone is coming from Dubai or someone is coming from UK or USA, they will bring some laptops and desktops, right? If you get a laptop in, let's say, 80,000 rupees in India, the same laptop you may get in, let us say, 62,000 rupees in UK or London, UK or USA or maybe Dubai, because tax system is different there. Okay, so for that reason, the cost will be different. But can I simply keep my data in Ohio, or can I simply run my applications in Ohio because charges are less? Remember, my company is what? SBA company, right? So if I keep my servers in Ohio, assuming like I'll be getting less bill every month, what about the first thing, my friend? Latency. How far is Ohio from India? Let's say 12,000 kilometers. So imagine lakhs and lakhs of people are connecting to the SBA server every day, and they are connected to the Ohio region. See, first of all, they have zero idea where is the server located. Have you ever imagined where is your Facebook or Instagram server located? You go to Facebook, you are connected to Facebook. That's it. You go to Instagram, you're just connected to Instagram. That's it. But have you ever imagined where this server location is there? Or do we need to know where is the server location? No. The Facebook people and Instagram people will maintain the server as close to you as possible. Means they're not keeping server in one location. They have servers in hundreds of locations, right? Okay. So here also, latency is the thing that we need to consider. Cost should be at number 3. So I should not keep my servers in a region where the cost is less, but the region is very far from my location. So first consider latency and then you can consider your cost. Okay, so this is your global infrastructure where we have all the resources available, my friend. Got it? So we have to take the resources, but the question was on what basis we have to connect to the infrastructure. So the first one is your latency. The second one is the services that are available. And the third one is your cost. If you say latency in the interview, that is more than enough actually. That is the best answer you can give in an interview. Got it? So this is your AWS global infrastructure and this is your AWS account. So probably within some days, you'll be creating this AWS account, which is a free tier account. Okay, there are certain ways in which we can use this account that we will see again, but this is a free tier account that you can use to practice your practicals of Amazon Web Services, to do all the practicals. Done? Now, there are certain regions actually which are not available for use. For example, if you go back to the global infrastructure again, there are all the 34 regions here, but if you count the regions here, there are certain regions which are not available. See, whatever you see in the white color, and once I select, it will come in orange color. That means we are selecting this. Okay. So if I go and click on Hyderabad, I have selected Hyderabad region here. Done. If you come down here, see what it says. There are 12 regions that are not enable for this account. So every account have certain regions which are not enabled. Like see, Cape Town is not enabled, Malaysia is not enabled, Melbourne is not enabled. So if you want to enable that region, you can just go down here and you can enable the region. Not a big deal. Easily we can enable the region. That is the one thing. And the second thing here is all the regions we can enable here, but still there are certain regions which we cannot use. For example, if you go and check this one, let us say this one. Can you see AWS GOV Cloud? GO means for governments. So this AWS GOV Cloud is not there for every user. I repeat, this particular region is not there for every company. This is there only for the government people. So there are a couple of regions like this which are not allowed for any XYZ company. That is the one thing. Okay. And the other thing is, if you go to a country like China, can you see these are the two regions? Beijing is obviously a very famous place. We know this very well. It's the cap. I guess it is. I'm not sure, but see, at least you know the Beijing city, right? So if you go and check here, my friend, you will not see the Beijing here anywhere. Not in the hidden one or not in the things that are already enabled. Beijing will not be here. You know what this Chinese country has done? Chinese government, they said, okay, we will allow you to establish your data centers in our company, in our country, in China country, but you should not allow these regions to be accessed by companies which are outside China. Say Indian company cannot select Beijing region. A African company, European company, American company, Australian company, any company, they simply cannot select the Beijing region to run their data, to store their data, run the application. So out of 34 regions, probably there are 3 or 4 regions which are not available, but still remaining 34 regions, there are more than available for us. We can use them and we can run our business there. We can store the data and we can simply run our application. Okay, done. So this is your AWS global infrastructure. Okay, Darshan, I think this is the first session for you, my friend. Can you just wait for like another 10 minutes because I'll finish this session in 10 minutes, then I can have some discussion with you. We can have some more, detail of this particular package, but just wait for like 10 more minutes so that I can complete my session and then I can come to you. Okay, fine. So any doubts here, friends? Any doubts, any questions in these regions, in the global infrastructure? It's quite simple, right? It is the design, it is the location of your global infrastructure. So we just need to know like how to connect to them and how we can access the resources from them. Okay, let me do one more thing. I'll go to Google and I'll say Microsoft Azure global infrastructure. Let me just show you the Microsoft global infrastructure also. So see, this is your Azure global infrastructure. And if you just come down here, explore global data centers. So here also they will show you all the locations. See, this is your globe, right? They are showing in a different way. So let us go to our country, India. Hmm? In India, can you see the blue color one? This is South India. So let me just click here. Where is this located? This is located in Chennai. They have a region in Chennai. Central India, they have a region in Pune. They have a region in Hyderabad also, but as of now it is showing this. Let me just go with this white color one. Yeah, see, Hyderabad. Announced region with availability zones. So it is still coming soon actually. The region is not available. That is region it is showing in white color. But you know, the total estimation cost of the Microsoft people for Hyderabad region is more than 15,000 crore. 15,000 crore Indian rupees, not 15 crore or 150 crore or something. 15,000 crore. Just the number, right? That's a too big number. But my friend, they know the business is super successful, right? Companies cannot ignore cloud computing. Forget about companies, my friend. You and me, every day, every day we are using cloud computing there. Knowingly or unknowingly, we are using cloud computing for sure. Without cloud, there is no internet. Without cloud, there is no application. Without cloud, there is no WhatsApp. Without cloud, there is nothing in my mobile phone, nothing in your mobile phone, my friend. Everything is literally connected to cloud. I just want to mention one thing here. Nowadays we see artificial intelligence coming, AI is coming, and people are worried like, okay, it can take the job and blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's the open fact, and that's a fact that we need to accept. Artificial intelligence can take some jobs. But there are certain jobs which are completely safe and secure from artificial intelligence, and one of them is actually our job, the administration, whether it is a server administration or cloud administration or cyber security. Artificial intelligence can enhance our work. It can simply make our work much better, much easier, but it will not take the job for sure, my friend. Understood? This is one path or one career that is completely safe from artificial intelligence. There can be some tools available in AI which can help us in work in a better way, but it will not take my job for sure. Got it? Anyhow, so this is your global infrastructure of Microsoft. So let us come back to the Amazon global infrastructure. So this is the way they have provided the global infrastructure across the globe from different countries and continents and different cities and different regions. So all these things are technically known as a region. Okay. And every region has minimum 3 availability zone. But if I go to Northern Virginia here, it is the first region they have launched in the year 2006. And how many availability zones are there? Can you see there are totally 6 availability zones. So Northern Virginia is acting as a headquarters. Every company has a main branch or a headquarter. So for Amazon people, Northern Virginia is indeed the headquarters. Okay, friends, so this is your Amazon Web Services global infrastructure. So with this, we have done with our demo sessions. Actually, today was the last demo session. Okay, and Monday, Tuesday, I took 2 classes, right? So those were again very basic classes. So people who came today itself, especially, I can say 3 people, Ashish, Darshan, and Aruna, who came only for today. So please just try to go through the previous 2 classes before you decide whether to join or not join or continue with the cloud computing career or not, whatever. It's up to you to decide, my friend. Just try to go through the previous 2 sessions. You'll get the perfect idea about cloud computing, the career, the job opportunities, and what you can expect from me also. You can be in a better position to understand in those 2 demo sessions. So just try to go with these 3 demo sessions again so that you'll have a perfect idea like how far we can go in this particular career. I just want to say one thing. I say this in every demo session. If you people have already decided to go with cloud as your career, my friend, you have selected a great career for yourself. The only thing that can happen to cloud is it can improve, it can grow, more job opportunities can be there, more and better packages can be there. This is one of the top, you know, technologies available across the globe. Especially last 5, 6 years, actually, the technology is in boom. And for coming many more years, the technology will be obviously in more demand. So till you retire in your life, every person will retire at certain stage, right? Let's say someone is in 20s now, someone is in 30s. So till you retire in your career, I can say one thing with 100% guarantee that you will be there in cloud or something that is related to cloud. This is such a big thing, my friend. This is such a big technology to learn. Okay. And what we are learning here, like, this is a package actually where we'll be learning about three things: Linux server administration and Amazon Web Services. So Linux server administration will be like, live classes. Amazon Web Services will be again live classes. But what I'll do for it for Windows Server is I'll just share my recording sessions, my latest recorded sessions of Windows Server administration, so that we can, reduce our time. So Linux will be for approximately 35 days that I'll be starting from next Thursday, that is 21st at 7 a.m. And from next Monday, see this week AWS will be at 10 a.m. But from next week, AWS will be at 9 a.m. Like I said, there are many more people who have already joined there. So they are waiting for us. Hopefully, we'll be ready with them from Monday, 9 a.m. Okay, so 7 to 8 will be Linux and 9 to 10 will be AWS. So most probably before the end of this year. So today is still 14th, right? So we still have 45 days. So let's say around January 1st week, safe side, let us say January 1st week, we'll finish this complete package. And I can say this with 100% guarantee. If you just follow what I say here, if you just try to do the practicals and things what we discuss here, you'll be 100% ready to face interviews in any company across the face of the earth on Linux server administration, Windows administration, on Amazon Web Services. This is a guarantee I can give it, my friend. So the training is my responsibility. I'll be handling all the three courses: Linux and AWS live classes and Windows Server Administration recorded classes. It will be taken care by me. Okay. And coming to my experience here, friends, this is the experience I have in my career. Just the last few things, then hopefully we can stop the session. So this is me. I have like 14 plus years of experience on different technologies, different domains actually, different domains within one technology, servers and networks and security. I always say this, my career actually, see, when I started my career 2007, 8, I did not thought of moving into cloud. I don't know about cloud actually. Actually, when I started in 2006, AWS started providing cloud computing then. But internet was not so famous back in those days, and internet was not so common. Social media was not so easily accessible. So I have no idea about cloud till 2011 or 12 or 2011, I think. Then came to know about cloud computing and other technologies. But when I started my career on Windows and network and Linux, I always feel that I was preparing for cloud, because in cloud we have Windows servers, we have networking concept, we have Linux servers, we have virtualization, we have security. So before I even started cloud computing, I have done all these things, and each and everything is again repeated in cloud. So learning wise, it was much more easier for me, and hopefully presenting the cloud computing concept will be much more better from my side, so that you can understand things in an easy way. And still, if you have any doubts, chat box will be always open there, friends. You can simply message me at any time within the class, so that you can clear your doubts. The best advantage you can take from an online session is you can interact with the trainer. Okay, that's it for the day, friends. I'm here for like at least for a couple of minutes. If you have any doubts, questions, feel free to interact with me and clear all your doubts. Over to you now. And in case if you need any more assistance or any more guidance, actually, any doubts about codes and all those things, you can simply call on these numbers. These are WhatsApp numbers. And by the way, this is the Diwali offer. This will be there, I think, only for this last uh, batch. Actual fees is not this. Actual fees is way more than this, but because of Diwali festival, we have offer this particular package in this. Okay, fine. So I guess no questions. Yeah, no issues. We'll stop the session here, friends. And probably we'll meet again tomorrow at same time, 10 a.m. India Standard Time, with more and more details of cloud computing. Okay. So that's it for the day, friends. Have a nice day. We'll meet again tomorrow at same time. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.